Hi there. So today, I've decided to make a video on how to set network priorities. Now, what I mean by that is, for myself, I have both wired or Ethernet connections in the house in the home network. I also have a computer in the house that is connected by Wi-Fi. Now, I actually have that computer actually has both. It has wired going to my home server. It also has, but it also gets its internet from the wireless. And I noticed that sometimes when I was trying to transfer files from my desktop into my server, instead of using the Ethernet connection and then transferring at full speed, whether it would be say 100 megabits per second, or if it's on a gigabit connection, maybe more, depending on the speed of the hard drive, it would actually opt to use the Wi-Fi to transfer the files. So it would use the Wi-Fi on the desktop computer. It would then send that data packets to the router, and then the router would then receive them and then funnel them through the Ethernet and then into the server. Now, this made the speeds go from, we'll say on average 30 to 40 megabytes per second down to maybe like 3 megabytes per second max. So because Wi-Fi speed is obviously not as fast as direct connected Ethernet, it would obviously make file transfers between to and from the server really slow. After a lot of research, I figured out that what the issue was in fact that it was assuming my wireless device was the default network connection. So when it was transferring files, it would tell the files to transfer over my Wi-Fi instead of over my Ethernet. So I found out after some research you can actually change the priorities. So what you can actually do is you can actually set it so that the priorities can be set so you can have your Ethernet as the first device it checks if it can connect with versus the Wi-Fi. So that's what I'm going to try and show you how to do here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just using this in a Windows 7 virtual machine. So you may have different adapters, network adapters connected. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I go to Network and Sharing Center. I'm going to go across to Change Adapter Settings. Okay, now you're in here. Now, if you have a Wi-Fi connection as well as an Ethernet, you'll have this is my Ethernet connection. But normally I would have a Wi-Fi adapter here as well. So what I would need to do if I wanted to set the priorities of it is you simply use your keyboard and you press Alt, A-L-T on the keyboard, and it brings up this menu. Now if you were to go to Advanced and then go down to Advanced Settings, it would then come here. Now as you can see, it has connections. Now these down here you don't need to worry about. Those should be left as is. But you'll have your local area connection. That is your Ethernet cable. Then you will have something down here that may be something like Wi-Fi adapter or something like that. It'll be wireless. So in this demonstration I don't have my wireless connected because I'm not using my main computer. But this will work as a demonstration. Just if you can imagine that this is your Wi-Fi connection here. So you would have your local area network and then you would have your wireless network. Now to change the priority, you would simply just select the one you want to make higher priority, and you would just click on the side here, and there you go. As you can see, it now changes that. So this goes in chronological order. So whichever one is on top, it'll check first. If it can transfer through that, it'll then transfer. If it can't, then it falls back onto the next connection, which would be your wireless. So you can adjust it however you like. So you can do it like that if you like. And then you just simply click this and then you restart the computer. What else? Another thing you can also do, just to increase the chances, is if you go into properties of your network adapter, of your Wi-Fi connection. So you would open up your Wi-Fi connection. You would then come down to here where it says File and Sharing for Microsoft Networks, and you would just uncheck that. That way it tells Windows that you don't want to use this particular connecting adapter to share. So that way it would only it would skip over that adapter and go to the one that has that check enabled, which would be your Ethernet. So that way you can this won't turn off your internet. This will just turn off the file and sharing between the devices. So you'll have your you'll have your wireless set for your internet, and you'll have your Ethernet set for your data transfer between systems. Okay. Another thing you can do is you can come down to Properties here, and you can click on here. Let me just remember it. There it is. So you go into, I'll go back and show you guys. So you come down to here, which is Internet Protocol version 4 or IPv4. You would then go on to Properties. You would then come down here and go to Advanced, and then you would come down here and it says Automatic Metric. Now what you can do is you can actually change that to a lower number. It's currently set on automatic, which will be, I'd say, around 100. What I would suggest is if you uncheck that so you can recreate it, and I would change it on your Wi-Fi adapter to something, keep the Wi-Fi adapter high, but change the Ethernet connection to something lower, so maybe say 10. Okay, and then you click OK, and then it saves. I'm not going to do it on this because I'm just showing you how it would work. And that way it would, the lower the number, the higher the priority. So it's like first place is higher priority than second place, and so on. But if you set it to 10 and then leave your Wi-Fi at say 50 or 100, then that'll obviously help as well. So by doing that, you should then be able to have your Wi-Fi just for your internet connection, and then you can also have your Ethernet just for your file sharing. It keeps those two separate, and that way you don't have them confused. You don't have Windows confused as to which one to use when it comes time to share files, and which time comes to just use the internet. So hopefully this helped. If you have any other questions or anything, leave them in the comments. If you want to like and subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. And you guys have a good day. Alright, bye-bye.